Hello, and welcome. Today, let me talk to you about thinking outside the box. Yes, the phrase we always hear in meetings, workshops, or even during interviews. But what does it really mean to think outside the box? And can it truly change your life? Thinking outside the box isn't just a term we use for effect or to make things sound more creative. It's a way of looking at the world from a completely different angle. The world we live in is full of patterns and rules that we get used to. From a young age, we learn how to think in a certain way, how to solve problems in specific methods. These methods might be effective, but they sometimes limit us, making us see solutions within a narrow, confined framework. But thinking outside the box, it's about challenging these patterns. It's about asking questions that no one else is asking. It's about seeing solutions in places no one has looked at before. Think of it as an exploration journey. Instead of walking the known and familiar path, imagine you're taking a new route. It may not be clearly marked, but it could lead you to places no one has visited before. What makes thinking outside the box so important? It's the ability to innovate. The world doesn't progress with repetitive and familiar ideas. Every invention, every idea that changed the course of history was the result of someone who wasn't content with ordinary thinking. Someone who said, "What if we try this differently?" Look at the things we use daily: phones, the internet, airplanes. They were all once just ideas outside the box. But thinking outside the box isn't just about trying to stand out or finding something different just for the sake of being different. It's about finding real solutions to problems that seem impossible. When faced with a challenge that can't be solved the traditional way, that's the perfect time to think outside the box. Because the solution might not be in the direction you're used to looking. It might be in a corner you haven't considered yet. So, how can you start thinking this way? It's not magic, nor is it a talent people are born with. It's an exercise for the mind. Start by asking yourself the questions that seem illogical. Ask, what if there were no rules? What if this could be done another way? Try to think of things as if you're seeing them for the first time. Don't accept ready-made answers. And don't take things for granted. Sometimes, thinking outside the box means letting go of preconceived ideas. It may mean stepping out of your comfort zone and accepting the possibility of failure. Yes, failure. Because creative thinking doesn't always bring the desired results the first time. But it opens new doors and leads you to paths that may be full of attempts. But in the end, you'll reach a place you never expected. And here comes the question: why doesn't everyone think outside the box? The reason is simple. It takes courage. Courage to challenge prevailing ideas. Courage to try something new without guarantees of success. Traditional thinking is comfortable because it gives you a sense of security. But when you decide to think outside the box, you're choosing to step away from that comfort a little and explore new horizons. In the end, thinking outside the box isn't just a way of thinking. It's a way of life. It's the ability to see beyond the obvious, beyond the familiar. It's about being bold enough to try something new and flexible enough to accept the outcomes, whatever they may be. It's all about creativity, innovation, and the ability to change the conventional view of the world. The world is full of boxes surrounding us. The rules we live by, the concepts we consider fixed truths. But the truth? These boxes are just boundaries we create for ourselves. And when you decide to think outside the box, you challenge these boundaries. You expand your horizons and allow yourself to see the world in a completely different way. So, the next time you find yourself facing a challenge that seems impossible, don't stop at the edges of the box. Think beyond it. Ask yourself, what if the answer is in a place I haven't looked at yet? Then, you'll discover that the world is full of opportunities, just waiting for someone bold enough to think outside the ordinary.